everyone, it's Borg Brain coming back at you with another educational blockchain video. This one is on Terra. Again, I'm covering Terra because I'm bullish and I like the tools. But this video is, I'm excited about this one because this is one of the few videos I will say, this is a thing, hear me out, make your own decision, but just, you know, this is a thing. And maybe it's an opportunity, but I don't know. Hindsight's always 2020. That's part of what the video is about, is this this potential opportunity. But yeah, okay, so the deal with Terra, it's a DeFi kind of centric blockchain, and then it's built on sort of the Tendermint kind of, it's in the Cosmos ecosystem. IBC is coming like in a couple days, so I'm excited about that, and there's some stuff. I hurriedly made this video, so I'm hoping to, just bang, I missed a week and a half of videos or something, and I'm hoping to just go crazy over the next few days and maybe do a couple a day, because my new goal is to, as long as by the end of the year I have 365 videos made that show you how to do a thing in blockchain, then I will have accomplished my goal. So I got some catching up to do now, and 60 hours a week doing labor work is bananas. But anyway, Terra. This is a proof of stake network, and if you got a proof of stake network, you need to be able to stake tokens in validators, and for Tendermint they say to delegate a validator, and validators need a certain amount of delegations. A certain amount of the native token needs to be staked in these validators, and that provides the network security for the consensus algorithm. Okay, and when we talk about proof of work and we think classic example Bitcoin, and we're like, oh my god, it costs so much money to mine a Bitcoin. Well, to validate blocks, to come to consensus on this blockchain, because this proof of stake is not very energy, it doesn't take up anywhere remotely close to the amount of computational power or energy that mining Bitcoin does. And because of that, networks like Terra are incredibly fast, and they are incredibly cheap. Like, if you think Binance Smart Chain's cheap with their 5 or 10 cents transactions, you got to try out Terra, because we're talking like fractions of a penny to send a token from one place to another. This is cheap. It is cheap, 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 cheap to use the services. So pretty cool. And they have a kind of well-developed ecosystem coming up. And the reason why I'm doing this is because apparently there's an Anchor airdrop coming really soon, so I want to get this video out just to put it out there. If anyone is interested in potentially getting an airdrop on a project that I think might be a bit of a big deal, then I'm just getting this video out there ASAP, so y'all have a chance, if you didn't know about it, to do the thing and maybe get this Anchor airdrop from my understanding. So anyway, Terra, pretty cool project. That being said, this video is for educational purposes only. As always, do your own research. Be safe. Have fun. Have some personal responsibility. Not your keys. Sorry. Not your keys. Not your crypto. Okay? I'm an anonymous person on the internet. Don't just do this stuff because I'm doing it or whatever. I try to be an honest person. I'm just, don't just follow one person because you're going to get wrecked. Do your own research. Okay? Make informed decisions when it comes to your financial future. Me myself, I'm mostly focused on the tech and not just like trying to make money or whatever. And I like education and showing people how to do things because I think it's one of the absolute most rewarding things in life. Teach a man to fish, as it were, or teach a person to fish. Terra. All right, so getting over here. So I did a previous video. I think both these videos are going to get released like boom, boom, all right, back to back. But basically, the previous video said this is how to set up the station wallet. Now, you need the station wallet to be able to delegate a validator, and you need to be able to be delegating validators to be able to be available for rewards. Now, one important thing to note is I've also done a previous video on nominating validators for the Polkadot ecosystem, and I did another one on delegating validators for Secret Network, which is also part of the Tendermint Cosmos ecosystem, along with Terra here. These proof-of-stake networks are going to be more and more popular. These kind of concepts in staking, while the user interfaces or the web interface or whatever is going to be different from project to project, the basic concept's the same. A validator will validate blocks, contributing to the consensus. And if they mess up and they don't create the right consensus, or if they go offline or whatever, then they get penalized and slashed. And anyone who's staking with that validator will also get slashed. And then also validators can decide to take a cut of the rewards that are given out for validating blocks on the blockchain. So essentially, when you're choosing a validator to delegate or nominate your tokens to, you want to have someone who has 100% uptime or close enough to it as possible. You want to see someone who's never been slashed, and you want to see someone, who seems dependable, trustworthy, non-anonymous. It helps if they have a website or whatnot. And then, if they're taking a low, if they're not taking a huge cut, let's say, if they're the rewards that are being given out, if they're like, oh, we take 80% of the cut, then you're only left with 20% of the cut. But if they're like, oh, we're taking 2% of the cut, then you're left with 98, and that's a better deal as a consumer. But you have to weigh your options with this. You got to make an informed decision. So just saying, you got to understand how this works. What else? One of the head honchos at Terra is Do Kwon. This is the Twitter. Give him a follow. Write some good stuff. It's all about Terra, but there was an interesting one down here where he was shouting out Solana and their wormhole bridge to Ethereum. But anyway, here's the Terra white paper from 2009. So it's it's an older white paper, but I'm going to put this in here. This is part of the do your own research. The link for this will be in the description. I mean, every project you go into, you don't necessarily need to read everything about the project. Different people have different, strategies. This is only a 16-page white paper. It's not that long. It's all double-spaced. You don't need to know, whatever this is, like Pythagoras, the Pythagoras' theorem times Mr. T with the total rewards over Luna with unit mining cost times Mr. T or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. You don't need to understand everything, okay? But it's only a 16-page white paper, so if you're interested in the project, read the white paper and understand the foundation of where they came from to understand where they are now. And check the communities, check the GitHub, look for commits, go to the Discord, hang out, go to the Telegram, follow them on Twitter, read the Medium articles. The more research you do before you make a decision on whether or not to invest in a project, the more comfortable you're going to be, the better of a decision you're going to be, the more easily you're going to sleep at night, and to be honest, the better chance it is that you're going to do good. The more research, when someone's like, oh, I made so much money, nah, 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 you got to understand that sometimes it's just dumb luck, okay? But if you are interested in being an investor, uh, look, if you're interested in investing, I would say there's two things that would be important to keep in mind. Number one is a quote from The Wire that is my favorite TV show ever, but it's this one little quote and it just stuck with me. And as a character says, "Scared money don't make no money," meaning you're not going to get ahead necessarily unless you take some risks. So, strong hands and big balls, basically, go out and get it. You know, the greatest chance of rewards are usually with the greatest risk. You know, that said, the other side of the coin, which I promote more in these videos, and I think is actually it's more important and it's more of like kind of investing fundamentals, which is the most successful investors work their asses off. And they study, 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 and they learn every day, and they just don't sleep. They don't stop. They will not rest until they've, climbed the mountain and they've conquered the hill. So if you have goals, then work to achieve them. Do your own research. Make informed decisions. Okay? Anyway, Do Kwon on Twitter, you got the Terra white paper, and here you got the Validator guide. I'm not going to go over everything, but you should check it out. It has some basics about swap fees and validators, and here is another page for validators, which goes through delegations and slashing risks. So, if you are going to do what I'm doing here, and I've read this, but read this page. The links are going to be in the description. Um, you know, please, please do at least a modicum of your own research when playing around with the blockchain. And certainly, if you do this and then something doesn't happen, like you got a different result than expected, and then you come at me and you're like, "Hey, Borg Brain, I I thought this was going to happen." I'm literally telling you, I don't know what's going to happen. I've heard there's an airdrop. I saw something about it. I'm doing a thing. I think Anchor's going to be a big deal. Mirror turned into a big deal, and they did the same thing with Mirror tokens. So that's why I'm doing this video. And I've played around a bit in Mirror, and I've played around a bit in Terra, and I'll be doing more videos on this ecosystem because I think it's a pretty cool ecosystem. But regardless, let's delegate some validators. All right. So, like I said, the previous video I did was on setting up a station, the Terra Station wallet. So this is the Terra Station wallet. The link for that previous video will be in the description if you need help setting up a wallet. And then there's, the video is like 20 minutes long or something. There's a bunch of other stuff, just me blabbing on about Terra and the other various projects. But this is about the overall Terra Station wallet, using it to stake or to delegate validators for the express purpose of being eligible for this Anchor airdrop that is apparently coming sometime in the next few days or a couple weeks. Now, I'm obviously not using the previous wallet that I made for the previous video because I showed you all the private keys and stuff, not your keys, not your crypto. So this is another wallet I just set up for the purposes of this video. A couple little other things about the Terra Station wallet. It does have a swap, an in-house swap feature, and in the previous video I said something. I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to re-record the video, but I was like, yeah, there's 5 stable coins in the Terra ecosystem. But then I checked this and I'm like, wait a second, like, I don't know, I work too much. I don't keep up on it. But last time I was here, they had KRT, they had, I think it was INT, and they had, I think, UST and I think MNT. Anyway, they had five, I believe it was, and Luna. So the stable coins can be used as gas, or Luna can be used as gas, and they had a basket of stable coins. But as you can see here, this is like, I don't know, 12 or 13 stable coins. So I don't know. I think they're trying to like cover every country in the world and have a stable coin for every country. It's a really cool project. So anyway, in here you've got swap coins. So you can swap, Luna token, and you can swap that for Hong Kong dollars, I guess. And then you put in the number, the spread, boom, next. And so in here, you can literally just trade Luna off a stable coin from another country, and then you can just trade stable coins back and forth. And you can probably just that's probably a play. I mean, you probably put $50 in here, and if you knew what you were doing, you could probably trade them back and forth and slowly build that $50 up to being something that was worth a lot more than $50. And you got governance in here where you have voting, contracts. I don't know. I haven't explored this fully, but the point is, it's a pretty cool window. And yeah, let's just get on with it, shall we? So, you got your dashboard, you got your wallet, you got your wallet address, and you go into the wallet and you got some Luna. You need Luna tokens in the Terra Station wallet. You cannot do this in the browser extension version of the Terra wallet. And you need some Luna tokens. For this purpose, the stable coins do not work. You need Luna to delegate validators in Terra. That's it. Okay. And I got 50 Luna tokens in here. And once you have your Luna tokens, if you need to know how to send, like I said, you could watch the video from previously, but you just come up here, you copy it, and you have your Luna on a centralized exchange or whatnot, and you send it over. If you buy your Luna in ETH, do not send it here because it will be gone forever. Use the mirror bridge. I will make a video about that in the not too distant future. But anyway, once you got some Luna in your wallet, you come over here to staking. And this is it. This is where the fun stuff happens. So basically, I got 50 Lunas that is available for delegation. Got none delegated. I've got none undelegated, and I got 0 rewards. So I believe the unbonding period is 22 days. You can please correct me, send me a DM if I'm incorrect, or just like put it in the comments below just so people know. But I believe it's a 22-day unbonding period. So as the other videos I've done on delegating / nominating validators on a proof of stake network, when they bond the tokens, so you put them in and then you don't have access to them because they're locked. Then you're like, oh, I want to get my Luna tokens or my X tokens or my whatever tokens back. You try to take them back, and then they're locked. They're not gaining rewards. They're not providing security to the network. For this, I believe it's 22 days. And the reason for this is if there's a market action, it prevents a bunch of people taking it out and dumping it to dump the token price to lead a run on the token. But the other thing it helps is it gives an incentive for people to leave it in, staking in the network. Proof of stake networks needs a critical amount of people staking in the network to provide the security for the network. When there's not enough people staking in the network, there's not enough network security, and then that's the point of a proof of stake network. So these different systems, some of them they work in different ways, but basically in this system, these validators, they get voting power, and here it shows the amount that they've self-delegated, like how much of the delegation votes were provided by the validator. And then you have your validator commission, which I think a lot of people would consider this maybe the most important one because this completely and directly impacts your amount of expected earnings. Now your delegation return, Essentially, you want your validator commission low, you want your delegation return high, and you want your uptime to be 100%. If it's not 100% in a very early young blockchain like this, then it's a bad sign that they're messing up. Now, Do Kwon, one of the two kind of head honchos at Terra that I showed the Twitter account earlier, I saw him in the Discord, the Terra Discord, and he was lamenting about Terran 1. Because Terran 1, he said, please do not delegate any more into Terran 1. And the reason why he was like, no, it's not good for the system. And apparently Terran 1 is a team member or something. It seemed like it might have been a little bit of drama, I gotta say. But what Do Kwon was saying was that it's unhealthy when one validator has too many people staking in it because it gives too much voting power. And as you see, less than 1%, less than 1%, nothing. And it keeps coming down here, and you have 3%, 2.2%, almost 5%. But these guys have over 8%. And I understand what he's saying. You want to have it evenly distributed. If you have a whole bunch of people at 0.5%, 2%, 3%, then a few validators can't gang up and vote through things. When you have distributed votes, then you create a more democratic and more stable and more secure system, and it's not good for the network to have too much votes in one place. But this is a very early ecosystem, so I'm going to just make this clear that if you look down the list here, at any point you might watch this video, and if you see a validator that's got 10%, just pick one with a lower percentage of voting power to contribute to network security. Now, what I'm saying is not saying screw Terran 1. I'm just saying at the time of recording this video, this is very high. Do Kwon had mentioned it, so I just decided to mention it in the video. So Terran 1, what I would say to you is 8.39% voting power is very impressive. I'm not sure what you did to do this, but you've been up 100%. You're running an awesome node. Good for you. Best of luck. And I apologize for this because it's not. I don't think you did anything wrong per se to get this. But what I'll say to everyone watching this video is, if you see 5%, 8%, basically in a system like this and going forward in proof of stake networks, when validators have voting power, when you go down through the list, pick off the top 2 or 3 highest voting power and don't stake in them, because if you do, it's almost like you're fudding your own bags. You're contributing to a situation that's not necessarily good. Here, look, 4.3% voting power. Don't do that. 10% for hashed, and I'll say sorry, hashed. Don't delegate your votes to someone who's already got 10% voting power. They've got enough. There's a bunch of these small guys who have almost nothing. But anyway, look, so if you come over to Validator Commission, because most people will consider this the number one, so I'll just do that. If we click here, it starts with the highest on the top, and we click again, it starts with the lowest on the top. Now, all the new validators stay at the top, and then the rest stay at the bottom. So if we come down here, we see Accomplice blockchain, block 9, and your delegation return and whatnot. So you like having a high delegation return, and you like having a high uptime, and you like having a low validator commission. So I kind of want to stake with one of the new guys, but I think coming down here, you see a couple here that I think I kind of like. They got 100% runtime. They've got almost 3% return, which seems to be about as good as it gets. And their commission is 0, 0, 0. So they've all got under 1% in terms of their vote count. So out of these 3, I think I'm going to pick Mission Control. I think that's the one that appeals to me the most. They have sort of the best combination of low voting power, high return, good uptime, no fees. But there's also zero-base.vc. Because they don't have as much votes. Maybe I'm gonna go for zero base, just because they got. Let's try to get them up to 0.1% of the vote. Sorry, Mission Control. I found someone who's even got less votes than you. You know, when you're doing these things and delegating validators, there's all these different reasons. I'm just showing you my reasoning. Is I want to contribute to a stronger, more secure network. So I'm not going to vote with Terran 1. I'm not going to vote with whoever it was, Hashed or whatever, who had the over 10%, which is a bit much. I'm going to go with zero base. You know, maybe 0%. I don't know how long they can run for 0%. This running a validator node is not free. I'm running a validator node on not on a Tendermint based proof of stake network. I'm doing one on a substrate based one, but I'm hoping to get into running more validator nodes, and I'm hoping to do some videos on that in the future. Work is prohibitive in doing a bit more deep dive technical videos, and it's easier to do these like quick off the cuff kind of videos. But anyway, look, let's just do it. Let's stake with the denominator. Now, one other thing is I got 50 Luna tokens. It literally costs fractions of a penny to do this. Okay, so like I could literally put 10 in here and 10 in there. So you know what? Let's do that. I'm gonna put in 35 Luna to X base, and then I'm gonna do like 12 in mission control. I'm gonna leave a little bit of change in there so I can take it out, but maybe if I come back in a future video, I'm gonna look at the difference between the two and see which one performed better. So X base, let's get their voting power up. So let's delegate some Luna tokens. So we're going to delegate. What did I say? 35. Let's 35 Luna, and we're gonna do it. So we just come down here, put in the password. That's the cost. So it's 0.001 Luna tokens. And if one Luna token is worth like $6 USD, so that would one is 6, so it would be. So I think it's like 0.3 cents or so to do this transaction. My math could be wrong, but it's not $150. I'm talking to you, Ethereum. I know you didn't do anything to ask for gas fees that are like $150, but man, it is hard to look at those transactions and to see those costs. It is hard. But anyway, we go delegate. Incorrect password. All right, so I'm gonna have to do an edit. And we're back. And I'm back. And we're back. And I confirm with the password. Boom. Delegate. And it's usually pretty quick. Just a couple seconds. So yeah, here we're paying our fee in Luna tokens. I guess you could probably pay the fees in UST and then use all your Luna tokens, but in this wallet I just have Luna tokens, so that's what I'm going to be using. So we go back to staking portal. We go to the validator commission, click once, click twice. We got the zeros on the top. Of course, we're going to bypass all the new ones. So and guys, I'm sorry. I want to cover y'all because some of you got even less of a voting power, but I just trying to, I guess, prove a point here. Of I don't know. Anyway, what was it? Mission control. Mission control was the other one because they had the lowest voting power out of all these. So here we go. Mission control. You're gonna get the pocket change. The pocket change. Not that it's pocket change really. It is a couple bucks. But anyway, delegate. So I've got just under 15 Luna tokens. I need very, very, very little Luna tokens to take these out. So I'm going to do like 14.5. I know I can put in more than that, but I just want to be safe. So 14.5 Luna tokens. And so this is somewhere around just like a little bit over. This has a valuation of a little over $100 USD at the current moment. So anyway, we're going to hit next. And we've got simulating. Now let's just check this out real quick. So we click here. Okay, so we can only pay the fee in Luna at the current moment. I'm wondering why they got a drop-down menu if there's only one option. Maybe this is because I only have Luna in this wallet. But then maybe it's because Luna is the only option right now and they're still working on it to turn this into, oh, you can pay it in other stable coins. I don't know. Interesting question I'm asking myself live on the air. Anyway, we put the password in, we go delegate. And we wait for just a couple seconds. Not sitting around, not getting transactions stuck. It's nice. It's quick. I think, I'm not sure, I feel like Binance Smart Chain might be a tiny bit quicker. I think Secret Network might be a bit quicker. I know, but Terra Station are doing stupid amounts of transactions. And Binance Smart Chain's not really decentralized. Or is it? I don't know. I don't think it is. But regardless, look, this is about Terra here, not some other funny project. And wow, Terra seems to be flying up again. About 30% of all Terra tokens are staked. The Luna tokens staked, doing what I just have done. Polkadot's sitting at 60+%. So I think there's more room to go. You are still early. And we go back to the staking portal, and here it gives some breakdowns. So there's 49.5 Luna tokens delegated. Here we've got zero base. Here we've got mission control. They give a really nice clean pie graph. So that's delegated. And we click over here to rewards, and it's all coming from zero base. None of it is coming from mission control, but that's probably because I did zero base first. And over here, we've got the rewards. 0 because I just started this one, and we got the rewards in this one because I started it, well, if you watched this far, you'll know how long ago I did that. And here's all the validators. And they got 62 so far. Maybe this is what I know where I'm at with the validator nodes right now, but maybe anyway, I'll talk about it more in the future. I'm not going to discuss the topic of running a node any further in this video because there are things happening in the background, there's plans being made, and I don't want to put my foot in the mouth over something that may or may not happen. But I do have hopes to be running validator nodes in multiple networks, and I know Secret Society was thinking about it too, so we'll see what the future holds. I think I've already said too much. Anyway, as I've said before, up here is the refresh window, so at the current moment anyway, these figures don't auto-update. So if you have this running in the background, you're like, oh wait, what's my reward? Just come up here, you click this, it refreshes the page, it gives new data, and now you see I've got 0.00000000000002 Luna tokens from zerobase.vc, and the mission control is still sitting at a big fat nothing. But if there's less tokens staked here, this has been staked for longer. The point is, if you come back in a couple hours, then you're going to see value in both places. And from the statistics I saw here, it feels like both of them should give back more or less, if nothing were to change, more or less roughly the same amount of value as a reward, pound for pound, for how much Luna I put in, as a, kind of percent-wise. And that's about it. you're staked. Now, if you're like, oh, I want to withdraw my rewards and do something with it, you click here. Now, of course, it would cost money, even if it's only a, zero point 0.2 seconds or zero point 0.2 cents USD to withdraw your Luna as a reward. The Luna is worth less than that. So you'd just be burning your reward at this moment. But if you were in here for a bit and say you're like, oh, I was in here for a few months and I had a couple hundred Luna tokens staked, and now I've got like 3 Luna tokens here, then you can withdraw your Luna tokens, and then you can delegate them to something else. You can put them in your wallet, use them for gas. You could do whatever. You could send them to some other exchange. You could do whatever. Put them on a ledger. It doesn't matter. Um, and I mean, like that's about it about this. The Terra Station wallet. I do like this interface. I feel like it's quite clean and user friendly, and it's just very cheap. It's very easy. Uh, I don't really know. Like this is all my opinion. Of course, there's tons and tons and tons of DeFi protocols. This one's been hot lately, but I think the reason why they've been hot lately, why the token's been pumping, why the project's been, they have good products. The next video I'll be doing on Terra will be concerning the Mirror protocol, and I'm probably going to do a few videos on that. I'm going to show the bridge to Ethereum. Um, Staking mirror tokens. I've already done some of this stuff, but mirror is pretty cool, so stay tuned for that video. Check the last one, tell your friends, give a like, give a follow. I hope you liked the video. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know. And I don't know, yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's about it. I'm out. Peace.